They say family is blood, but in Carbzilla, it was a choice. Banjo, this is for the father who never let go. On the edge of the group, with a heart on his face, Banjo moved with a kindness, a soft-spoken grace. He saw Casper's spirit, wanted him on the throne, but the kings were too heavy, their hearts made of stone. He didn't care for power, he didn't care for the crown. He just wanted the children to never feel down. Gabby and Autumn tucked under his arm. He'd forage for the fruit, he'd forage for the light, bringing them warmth in the middle of the night. A father by soul, a love that was true. In the wild of the jungle, he was the glue.
Cry-Hope, massive bass, explosive strings, and passionate vocals.
Oh, Banjo, the father who loved through the pain, is standing alone in the Cambodian rain. When he saw Autumn wounded, his heart split in two. He ran to her side like he always would do. They cried with the glory, they hugged for a life. A minute of peace in a world full of strife. The father of Autumn, the king of the kind, we're leaving no memory behind. The males were all fighting, the chaos was deep, and Banjo was forced into a promise to keep. He had to run for his life while those shadows attacked, the most gentle of kind. When he returned to the clearing and saw Autumn's scar, his spirit was shattered. He traveled so far, he didn't just see her, and he held her until all the ghost disappeared. But the king has changed, the throne is cold. They chased him away, or so we are told. Now he's in Mila by the temple stone, living a life on his very own. But Autumn is calling, her heart's in the sky, looking for the father who taught her to fly.
Maximum volume and emotion.
Oh, Banjo, the father who loved through the pain, he's standing alone in the Cambodian rain. When he saw Autumn wounded, his heart split in two. He ran to her side like he always would do. They cried with the glory, they hugged for a life. A minute of peace in a world full of strife. Scream, good luck in Mila, Autumn still misses you. Banjo, may the new group see the heart on your face. May you find a new home and a beautiful place. Autumn is waiting, a bond that the jungle can never ever sever.
Whispered.
Good luck, father. In the amber group, where the light hits the leaves, there's a silence today that the whole forest breathes. She was a daughter of grace, of a high-ranking line, with a spirit that made every morning sunshine. Duchess, Duchess the gentle, with a heart made of gold, a story of kindness that never grew old. She'd dance with her sister, she'd play in the dirt, bringing joy to the babies, healing every small hurt. She was carrying a promise, a life tucked inside, with the love of a mother and a princess's pride. But the clouds gathered dark, and the branches grew thin, and the world had a terrible tragedy in. Oh, Duchess, we love you, we'll never the same. You were a queen of the children, a light in the tree. Now you fell with your baby, two souls in the deep, leaving the amber group nothing but to weep. You fell with your baby to fun and her games, but the shadows are whispering, dip but to weep. Why did the branch have to break for the queen, the saddest departure the world's ever seen? The little ones wait for her fun and her games, but the shadows are whispering different names. She was days from the birth, in the middle of a fight, a high-ranking lady, so noble and sweet. We remember your laughter, we remember your place, and there's no kind of magic to bring her soul back. We're holding our Duchess, but she isn't there. Oh, Duchess, we love you. The jungle without you will never the same. You were a queen of the children, or a ghost in the tree. Now you fell with your baby, two souls in the deep, leaving the amber group nothing but to weep. Duchess, we love you, two hearts stop beating. One mother, one Goodbye, goodbye. Yeah, this one's for the girl who never gave up. Abandoned in the wild, but you found your way home. Fancy, we see you. Small shadow in the land of the giants, abandoned by a world that was cold and silent. Dumped in Carbzilla, left all alone. A little pet soul with no place of her own. Sook reached out, said come walk with the king, but you weren't ready for the weight of that thing. Then came Takeo, lost in the gray. You ran to his arms and you begged him to stay. A hug and a groom, a bond made of gold. A father-daughter story starting to unfold. Escaping the shadows, running through the leaves. Two lonely souls wearing hearts on their sleeves. Valley brings the milk when the nights get cold. A little bit of mercy for a spirit so bold. But the bullies are coming, the shadows are deep, and there are promises that the jungle can't keep. Underneath the heavy, dark Cambodian sky, from the bully and a titan to the cage of a thief, you rose from the ash, it is a hip-hop prayer for the little girl monkey who's finally there. They stole you away, but we brought you back home. Fancy, we love you. Carbzilla was cruel, Titan showed no grace, and Chris joined the fight just to spit in your face. Takeo took the hits, he took all the pain, until you had to part ways in the pouring rain. He went to Hugo, you went back to the start, to Suki's protection, a king's heavy heart. But then came the darkness, a family of greed. They stole you for nothing, they ignored every need. I tracked every footprint, I followed the trail. I wasn't gonna let a human heart fail. Reached their front door, saw your eyes through the gate. Called in the rescue, we changed your whole fate. Emotional flow, now you walk in the glory. Now you walk in the light. No more running from the bullies in the middle of the night. Takeo comes to visit just to see if you're fine. A brotherhood, a spirit of love across the line. You're a queen of the ruins, you're a daughter of the stone, and as long as we're breathing, you'll never be alone. Fancy. Underneath the heavy, dark Cambodian sky, from the bully and a titan to the cage of a thief, you rose from the ash, it is a hip-hop prayer for the little girl monkey who's finally there. The glory is yours, from the cage to the canopy, from the pet life to the royalty. We love you. Stay safe, little one. Suki's got you now. Takeo's watching. We're always watching. The sun breaks gold through the Carbzilla leaves, a miracle child that the forest perceives. Lando is here with the spirit so wide, with the hunger for life and nowhere to hide. When Layla goes foraging, the lead in the play, he runs to the front, then he circles back home. He's climbing the branches, he's touching the sky, with the confident spark in his beautiful eye. He's sitting on Layla like a kingdom is known. He mounts on her back while she walks through the grass. Cry loud, explosive, happy and soulful. Lando, our boy, the smart and the strong, the one who has waited for his life for so long. We're crying with joy for the boy who can run, the brightest new spark under the Angkor sun, dancing through life in a beautiful loop. Scream, happy baby Lando, we love you so much. The strength of his body, the wit of his mind, a sweet little soul that is one of a kind. And Kawaki sees it, the friendship is deep, a promise of brotherhood the jungle will keep. When Kawaki is free, he holds him so tight. Layla is smiling, her heart is so full, she feels the magic who's healthy, a baby who's here, washing away every ghost and every fear. The frequency's golden, the signal is high. A rainbow is stretching across the whole sky. From the top of the tree to the floor of the wood, everything's finally exactly as it should. Cry loud, explosive, happy and soulful, the one who has waited for his life for so long. We're crying with joy for the boy who can run, the brightest new spark under the Angkor sun, dancing through life in a beautiful loop. Layla is happy, By the stone faces where the Bayan stands tall lived a mother who cared for the great and the small. In the heart of the amber, in the dapple green light, Jane was the star that shone through the night. She'd pull children close in a human-like hug, safe in her arms, so warm and so snug. Even the big ones, over a year old, still found their comfort, her heart of gold. But a shadow moved in, a silent disease, that brought our sweet mother down to her knees. We reached out our hands, but time was too fast, and the moment for helping had already passed. Oh Jane, we love you, can you hear our cry? Echoing through the trees and up to the sky. You were the heartbeat, the soul of the group, the love that held every child in the loop. Now the Bayan is weeping, the amber alone, because the best mother had to let go. We'll never forget the hugs that you gave, the bravest mother, the kind and the brave. Your daughters are searching, your sons call your name, but the forest around them is never the same. They remember the milk, the touch of your hand, the smartest family in all of the land. You taught them to love, you taught them to care. We still feel your spirit in the humid, sweet air. A romantic legend of a mother so true. Every soul in this temple is mourning for you. The frequency's fading, the signal is thin, but your story is carved in the stone of our skin. We're holding each other like you used to do, trying to find a way to make it through. Oh Jane, we love you, can you hear our cry? Echoing through the trees and up to the sky. You were the heartbeat, the soul of the group, the love that is weeping, the amber had to let go. Jane, we love you. The milk has gone dry, the sun's left the sky, but the love that you planted will never ever die. Rest in the peace, rest in the light. You're the angel of day in the middle of night. Jane, the children are strong. Jane,
We'll sing you this song, feeding them milk, holding them tight.
in the emerald heart where the Carbzilla play, a young soul was born at the break of the day. Kiko the gentle, a child of the sun, with his basins they changed and the shadows grew long. Barnum walked out and the world lost its song, alone in the carriage to answer his call. But the old king was cruel, with a heart made of stone. He wanted young Kiko to wander alone, to cast out the boy to a cold, lonely fate. But Balu said no, and he stood by his son. The battle for justice had only begun. Oh, they fought through the branches, they fought through the rain, until Kiko emerged from the blood and the pain. A king for the morning, a shield for the night. Long live King Kiko, the glory we knew. God, how we miss you, we're bleeding for you. For a year there was peace, for a year there was grace. The glory of Kiko was all over the place. He guarded the mothers, he guarded the small, the kindest protector to lead them through all. Then a stranger arrived neath a dangerous sky. He climbed to the heavens to challenge his fate. High in the leaves where the wind starts to moan, he fought for his trembling, the footing is gone, as the king of Carbzilla fell into the dawn. Oh Kiko, why did you fall from the tree? The world is so dark now as far as we see. You gave us the glory, you gave us the pride. Now we're left with the tears that we can't even hide. You fought for your girl and you fought for your kid, but the gravity
lips are so still. King Kiko, a hole we can't fill. We remember the glory, we remember the peace. Your love for Carbzilla will never ever cease. Goodbye, brave king.
They left her in the shadows of the Carbzilla land, a pigtail beauty with no helping hand. The dogs came biting, the world felt so cold, a story of a tragedy waiting to be told. But a lens saw her spirit, a hand reached out fast to Sochun's home where the healing could last. Medicine and mercy, a sanctuary found where a wounded soul could get back on the ground. At the pagoda gate she found a young boy's heart. They loved one another, never wanted to part. He cried for a stay, but we told him the truth. A monkey needs a family far beyond her youth. Cry rose, clever girl of the golden sun. Your glory in the amber group has only begun. From the teeth of the dogs to the heights of the trees, you finally dance in the Cambodian breeze. We love you, we're singing your name. The ruins of Angkor will never be the same. Rose of glory, the confident queen. We drove to the forest to the amber group's side. Rose saw Teresa with her eyes open wide. She cried for a mother, she cried for a friend, but Brekket was jealous of paths she wouldn't lend. Then came Bonita with a heart made of gold to take care of Rose as the seasons unfold. Confident and clever, she stood in her pride with the soul of a warrior tucked deep inside. Then came Little Rainbow, a miracle and a light, but a swap with Levi happened in the middle of the night. Raising each other's children, a bond so deep, a secret of the jungle that the mothers now keep. Cry rose, clever girl of the golden sun. Your glory in the amber group has only begun. From the teeth of the dogs to the heights of the trees, you finally dance in the Cambodian breeze. We love you, we're singing your name. The ruins of Angkor will never be the same. Three babies now, a life full of pride. Intense, rhythmic and heavy, building to a vocal peak. No more pain, just the sunlight after the rain melted from the pagoda throne. Rose has a family to call her. Music strips back to a soft PM, the sound of the forest. Live in her glory, Rose, the perfect story. Whispered voice cracked. From a dumb little girl to a mother of three, exactly where she was meant to be. We love you, Rose. A tiny spark in the Angkor shade, where the ancient stones and the shadows played. Jane's little daughter, so fragile and small, the world tried to break her, tried to make her fall. Attacked in the leaves, wounded and bent, with a broken back and a spirit spent. The doctor said no hope, they told us to turn, but the light in her eyes continued to burn. They wanted to leave her, to cast her away, but we couldn't leave her to the ghost of the grave. I brought her home to the warmth of the light, to fight through the silence of the long cold night. Oh Jenna, the miracle girl of the sun, your journey healing had only begun. You woke from the shadows of a permanent sleep. We love you, we missed you, since the day that you came. Jenna the brave. Fally sat down with a mother's soft touch, healing the legs that had suffered so much. Massage for the spirit, a cure for the bone. Telling the baby she wasn't alone, eating papaya and sweet ice cream, living a life that felt like a dream. Then came the day to return to the wild, to find Mother Jane in the heart of her child. But Jane turned her back as the group moved ahead, leaving Jana behind with the spear of your mom. Until Jane had stood still with a sisterly calm. Jane it wouldn't leave, she stood in the path, saving her sister from the jungle's cold wrath. She told Mother Jane, if she stays, I stay too. And the family reunion, the triumph of love. But the story has thorns where the roses should grow. A dead tree was waiting in the valley below, a branch that was brittle, a fall that was fast. From the heights of the climb to the dust on the floor, our beautiful girl isn't here anymore. Oh, Jana, why did the branch have to break? How much of our hearts is the jungle gonna take? You survived the attack, you survived the disease, only to fall through the sigh of the trees. We love you, we missed you, the tears never dry. A romantic tragedy beneath the blue sky. Why did you leave us? No more ice cream, no more papaya, just the ghost of Jana getting higher and higher. Valley is weeping, I'm missing you too, but we gave you a life. Goodbye, little miracle. In the kingdom of Carbzilla, where the green leaves sway, there's a queen of the banquet at the green leaves sway. There's a queen of the banquet at the break of day. Layla the beautiful, the gold in her fur, the scent of the sweet fruit is a magnet to her. She's a looking for the sugar with a glimmer of pride. She'll steal a chicken egg with a mischievous wink, and she'll finish every drop beneath the laughter and the stolen treats. There's a path of sorrow on the jungle streets. Many years of shadows, many years of loss. She carried the miscarriage, she carried the cross. So Layla, the sweetest soul we've ever known, from the seeds all the beauty has grown. We're crying for the babies that you lost in the night, and we're screaming for the glory of your current light. You're the heart of the girl, you're the star of the show, with a hunger for life that continues to grow. The legacy, look at the grace, the love of a mother written on her face. First came Lola, then Lucas the brave, and now little Endo is tucked by her side. The joy of a mother, a fighter, a friend, with the story of triumph that'll never quite end. And the signal is gold, the most beautiful arms to the family tree. She's exactly who she was meant to be. Ooh, Layla, the sweetest soul we've ever known, from the seeds all the beauty has grown. We're crying for the babies that you lost in the night, and we're screaming for the glory of your current light. You're the heart of the girl, you're the star of the show, with a hunger for life that continues to grow. Lando is with you, the hunger is fed. Pass the papaya, pass the sweet cream. She's living the life of a beautiful dream. For every tear, for every fruit, we celebrate much, we celebrate in the pride. Celebrate the roots, safe from the shadows, safe from the harms. Eat your sweet fruit, Layla. Drink your warm milk, your heart is as soft as the finest of silk. We love you, foodie girl. Sound of a happy monkey coo and the crunch of a sweet fruit, followed by the sound of the wind through the trees and total silence. Daughter of Layla with a face like a dream, the brightest spark by the Carbzilla stream. Lola the active, the lovely, the smart, with a way of requesting that captured each heart. You tilt your head and you make a sweet plea, the most beautiful girl that the forest could see. But beauty and light can bring shadows of green, and the high-ranking eyes were the coldest we've seen. Jealousy grew like a vine in the dark, because everyone loved your magnificent spark. They fought you so hard and they broke your small hand, leaving a miracle lost in the sand. Lola, me Lola, we're calling your name. The forest feels empty, it's never the same. We wish you good luck in the place that you go, though we're weeping for memories we're missing so. They promised to heal you, they promised to save, then they took you away like a ghost in a cave. Why did they take you? We miss you so much. We tried to help you, we brought you to care, but the local go was waiting right there. They said specialists, they said we're the best, then they took our sweet Lola away from the nest. No return to the family, no return to the group, just a silence that loops in a heartbreaking loop. We're looking for you in the trees every day, wishing the hands hadn't pulled you away. The frequency's broken, the signal is dim, but our love is a light that will never grow slim. We hope you are healthy, we hope you are strong, in a world where you finally truly belong. Lola, me Lola, we're calling your name. The forest feels empty, it's never the same. We wish you good luck in the place that you go, though we're weeping for memories we're missing so. They promised to heal you, they promised to save, and they took you away like a ghost in a cave. Be healthy, sweet girl, may you find a new family, may you find a new home where the jealousy ends, and you're never alone. For every sweet cry, for every sweet cry, our love for you, Lola, will never ever die. Away from the good life, away from the strife. A son of Layla in the Carbzilla shade, a gentle child that the forest had made. With Titan beside him, he walked like a king, but the shadows arrived with a cold iron hand, and they took Titan's family away from the land. Suddenly slept with his back to the wall. His mother was lower, her hands were tied tight. She couldn't protect him from the king's heavy bite. Chased to the borders, to the Augusto side, with nowhere to run and with nowhere to hiding. Oh Lucas, we wish you to fade all your stars. They broke cause your small head and they broke your young heart, but we're praying the shadows will finally part. Find a new family, find a new group, break the cold cycle, break the dark loop. Lucas, we love you, don't give up the fight. He fought through the fever, he fought through the pain, with a broken bone mending in the tropical rain. Now he's a ghost by the Angkor Wat stone, a wanderer searching for a place of his own. Maybe near Mila in the green and the deep, there's a promise of safety the jungle can keep. We haven't seen you, we're looking each day, wishing the danger would just stay away. The frequency's searching, the signal is dim, but we're sending our spirit to follow him through the ancient ruins and the tall heavy grass, waiting for the moment the darkness will motion. They broke cause your small head and they broke your young heart, but we're praying the shadows will finally part. Find a new family, find a new group, break the cold cycle, break the dark loop. Scream wherever you are, we're looking for you. distant jungle, Lucas. May the group take you in, Lucas. Let a new life begin, whispered, voice cracking. We're still here, little one. We haven't forgotten. Good luck, sweet boy, on the path you have trodden. Born in Carbzilla, a boy with a spark, but shadows were waiting for him in the dark. Poor little Bobby with luck made of stone, a broken hand mending so fragile and prone, a broken hand mending so fragile and prone. Before you could heal, before you could stand, the world crashed again on your tail in your hand. I brought you the medicine, brought you the milk, to soften a life that was never like silk. Then Brenda arrived, a new baby girl, and Bobby was lost in a cold, windy world. No mother to hug him, no warmth for the night, falling through branches, the blur of the light. Oh Bobby, my Bobby, I'm screaming your name. The cruelty of life is a terrible shame. You fought through the injury, fought through the fear, but the end of the journey was already near. I love you, I miss you, my heart is into the jungle, is empty without souls like you. Why did the wind have to blow you away? I remember you, Bobby, every single day. The year turned around and we thought you were strong, but the peace of the forest didn't last very long. Chris started chasing a hunt in the sky, higher and higher where the heavy clouds lie. A slip and a tumble, a fall to the ground, the most painful silence that can never be found. But the frequency's broken, the signal is dead. But you gathered your spirit, you climbed one last tree, to reach for the top where your spirit is free. You pass in the leaves, you pass in the height, checking out of the world in the middle of light. The frequency's broken, the signal is dead, but I'm holding the memories of all that you say. My Bobby, I'm screaming your name. The cruelty of life is a terrible shame. You fought through the injury, fought through the fear, but the end of the journey was already near. I love you, I miss you, my heart is into the jungle, is empty without souls like you. Rest in the glory, rest in the peace. No broken bones, just the eternal and heavenly lights. You are a soldier, you are a king. Hear how the ancient temples all sing. Bobby, the climb is all over. Rats you the clover. I gave you my heart. Our spirits apart. I remember you forever. The stones of the temple have seen every tear. The family's together for many a year. In the green of the canopy, under the sun, they live as a family, they breathe as one. But the shadows are coming with nets and with fear, to take away those that the forest holds dear. A mother is calling, a son is now gone, left in the silence of a cold gray dawn. Why do you break what is already whole? Why do you take the very heart of the soul? They feel the heartbreak, they feel the deep pain, when you wash away love like the monsoon rain. Oh, please stop the removal, let them stay home. Don't make the lonely and the broken-hearted roam. They love their trail of the shattered behind. It's a romantic tragedy, a cry in the street. Please stop the removal, let the anchor monkey stay. A father is searching, his eyes full of grief. A daughter is stolen, a life like a leaf blown by the wind to a place far away, where the light of the family turns into gray. Kafar, hear us, can't you see what you do? They have a heartbeat just like me and you. They hug in the branches, they kiss in the dark. Why must you extinguish their beautiful spark? The frequency's jagged, the forest is cold, a story of sorrow that's being retold. Every time that a truck or a cage comes around, another soul falls to the hard, dusty ground. Oh, please stop the removal, let them stay home. Don't make the lonely and the broken-hearted roam. They love their trail of the shattered beat. romantic tragedy, a cry in the street, the sound of a family that's no longer complete. They are beautiful, why must they go? The ruins are watching, the spirits are crying, because the love of the group is slowly dying. They belong to the stone, they belong to the trees. Listen to the prayer in the Cambodian breeze. Let them stay where the shadows are deep, while the ancient gods sleep. They love their babies, they love their group. Don't break the circle, don't break the loop. Please stop. By the ancient moat where the water is still, born in Carbzilla with the spirit and will. Little Eula, the sweet with the sun in her eyes, underneath the gold of the Angkor skies. At 4 months old, she was learning to play in the green of the trees, in the light of the day. But the road is a monster, the road is a thief, and it left a small baby in a valley of grief. The sun started setting, the shadows grew long, and Eula came back where she used to belong, calling for mother in the cooler night air. But the silence was heavy and no one was there. Oh, poacher, why did you steal my baby? Why'd you break a heart that was fragile and lady? She survived the road, she survived the loss. Bring her back to the moat, bring her back to the trees, give her back to the wind and the Cambodian breeze. Why steal my baby monkey, Eula? Let her go, bring her back. She had a brother who wouldn't let go, and Fally brought milk while the tears started to flow. Then Fancy saw Eula so lonely and small, and asked Father Suki to answer the call. A God of father's love and a family's grace gave Eula a home in a beautiful place. She grew into glory, she grew into pride, with the heart of a survivor tucked deep inside. But the hunger of man is a terrible thing, to clip the bright feathers of a bird on the wing. You tricked her with food, you tricked her with lies. Now all I can see are her terrified eyes. Oh, poacher, why did you steal my baby? Why'd you break a heart that was fragile and lady? She survived the road, she survived the loss. Bring her back to the moat, bring her back to the trees, give her back to the wind and the Cambodian breeze. I wish karma would find you, I wish justice would fall. May the stone of the temple weigh heavy on you, for the crime that you did and the lies that you threw. She belongs to the forest, she belongs to the ground. Not a prisoner trapped in your hollowed out loom. Escape, little Eula, run back to the light. Fight through the cage in the middle of night. We're waiting for you, Eula. The milk is still warm. We're waiting for you, Eula. May the karma be real, may the poacher feel the pain. Bring our baby back to the rain. In the shade of Carbzilla, where the ancient roots grow, there's a mother with a sorrow that the world doesn't know. Bryn the lovely, with eyes soft and deep, with a mountain of memories she's forced to keep. She's given life many times to the forest and sky, but one by one she had to say goodbye. No son, just a story of loneliness that's never been told. The branches are empty, the nest is so cold. We see you standing there, silent and still, with a void in your soul that no fruit can fill. Cry loud, heartbreaking and grand. Oh, we're crying for you. Underneath the canopy of emerald and blue, you gave them your heart, you gave them your light. We love you so much, we feel all your pain, like the heavy descent of the Cambodian rain. Why must she stay alone? Poor monkey Bryn, she watches the others, the play and the leap, while her own little secrets are hers now to keep. She's a high-quality soul in a world that is rough, but she's shown us that love is never enough. You're not forgotten, you're not pushed aside. The frequency's shaking, the signal is weak, but we're sending the Humford to the turn of the year, to a day when the shadows will all disappear. Cry loud, maximum intensity, oh, we're crying for you. Underneath the canopy of emerald and blue, you gave them your heart, you gave them your light, only to lose them to the dark of the night. We love you so much, we feel all your pain, like the heavy descent of the Cambodian rain. Next time will be different, intense, slow and heavy, building to a vocal peak. May the next one stay, may the next one hold on, to see the bright rise of a permanent dawn. For every tear, we're praying the miracle is finally here. Instrumental climax. Music strips back to a suckling piano. Stay forever, leave you never. Whispered voice cracking, we love you, bring the arms will be full. Wait for the miracle, wait for the pull. Goodbye for now, sweet mother. Final heartbeat and nature sounds. She walked with the thunder, she moved with the sun, the queen of the group and second to none. With a flash of her teeth and a glint in her eye, she claimed every scrap neath the Angkor sky. Mari Great, that's the name that we knew. No one dared eat till her banquet was through. A life full of pride, with the power of mountains tucked deep in her stride. Lived in the sweetness, the honey, the gold. A story of triumph that never grew old. But the sugar turned bitter, the honey turned black. The shadows moved in and they didn't look back. The light in her eyes began fading to gray, as the sweetness of life started slipping away. Oh, the sweet and the sour and life of Amari, from the throne of a queen to a heart that is sorry. She's walking in darkness, she's lost in the night, reaching for ghosts in a world with no light. She's crashing on stones where she used to stand tall, and every sharp corner is a silent blue call. Why did the glory turn into the pain? Amari is crying alone in the rain. She's walking through shadows she can't even see, crashing her body against every tree. She feels for the bark where she used to climb high. Now she's reaching for branches that live in the sky. She stumbles in water, she swims through the cold, but we're rolling in tears as we watch her collide with a world that is cruel and has nowhere to hide. From the height of the temple to the dust on the floor, the queen of the jungle is a queen nevermore. The frequency's broken, the signal is thin. She's fighting a battle she knows she can't win. We're reaching our hands out to lead her to grace, to a quiet new home in a stranger's embrace. Oh, the sweet and the sour and life of Amari, from the throne of a queen to a heart that is sorry. She's walking in darkness, she's lost in the night, reaching for ghosts in a world with no light. She's crashing on stones where she used to stand tall, and every sharp corner is a silent blue call. Our eyes are bleeding for the girl who is blind. What kind of mercy is left to find? One step, then a crash, one hope, then a dash. She used to lead the way, now she's begging for the day. She can't see the fruit, she can't see the fall. Where did the pride of Amari go? Sweet and sour, the honey is gone. Wait for the dawn, goodbye to the throne. Amari is sleeping in a permanent night. He wore a crown of sunlight on his silver gray fur, a king of the jungle, steady and sure, with a heart like a mountain and eyes like the gold. The stories of Brutus were the best ever told. He didn't rule with a fist or a roar of a flame, but with a kindness that put all the hunters to shame. The children would climb on the strength of his back. He was the light when the world turned to black. But a shadow arrived with a cold piece of lead, and the green of the forest turned a terrible red. The frequency's breaking, the signal is thin, as the battle for life starts to lose to the sin. Oh, we still remember, we're calling your name, the king who was gentle, the king with no blame. You held your children as the light started to fade, the ultimate sacrifice that a father ever made. You cried to the sky with a thunderous sound, long live the king, we're bleeding inside, the day that the mercy of Angkor died. He didn't run for the trees, he didn't hide from the pain. He stood like a titan in the middle of rain. He gathered his group in a final embrace, with the tears of a legend falling down on his face. A goodbye so loud that the stones started to shake, a final I love you for his family's sake. Beneath the cold weight of the Cambodian skies, the signal is flatlining, the heartbeat is still, but the memory of you is a fire on the hill. We're guarding the throne where you used to sit, keeping the torch of your kindness lit. Oh, we still remember, we're calling your name, the king who was gentle, the king with no blame. You held your children as the light started to fade, the ultimate sacrifice that a father ever made. You cried to the sky with a thunderous sound, before your great spirit fell to the ground. We'll never forget you. The forest is quiet, the jungle is cold, without the protector, without the brave soul. Rest in the peace, rest in the light. You were the hero in the middle of the
We still remember through the rest of the night.
A tiny spark in the Carbzilla light, Patrick the sweet boy shining so bright. Even his papa Baloo felt the pride, watching his son with a joy deep inside. He loved the water, he loved the cool spray. Paddy would catch him and pull him back near, but he'd escape with a laugh and no fear. Again and again to the edge of the stream, living a beautiful, innocent dream. But the world is a shadow, the world can be cold. A story of kindness was forced to unfold. Cry loud, why did you take them? Why did you go to steal a small boy that we Patrick and Patty, so friendly and trail of the broken behind? I'm screaming your names to the top of the trees. Your memory is blowing in every soft breeze. Why remove small monkey Patrick? Bring them back to the water. The calf came with a plan in a cage, turning the leaf on a terrible page. They took the mother, took the small son, before their life together had truly begun. No more playing, no more splashing around, just a heavy silence on the jungle ground. We miss the friendship, we miss the grace of two lovely monkeys in their favorite place. The frequency's jagged, the signal is thin. How do we live where the shadows begin? We're looking for footprints in the mud by the shore. Patrick and Patty aren't there anymore. Cry loud, maximum emotion. Why did you go to steal a small boy that we've come to know? Patrick and Patty, so friendly and kind, leaving a trail of the broken behind. I'm screaming your names to the top of the trees. Your memory is blowing in every soft breeze. Why did you break the family into slow and cinematic, building to a vocal peak? But water is still a hole Music strips back to a single fragile piano and the sound of the street. The water is waiting, Patty. The forest is hating, whispered voice cracking. This lonely day to take you away. Goodbye, sweet boy. The sound of a soft splash in the water followed by the wind through the carved trees in total silence. In the shadows of the stone where the ancient spirits sleep, in the shadows of the stone where the ancient spirits sleep, there's a story in the jungle that the heavy branches keep. Born beneath the towers where the giant faces stare, a little life was breathing in the humid forest air. Mother Popeye held him close against her velvet chest. In the heart of Ankothami was the bravest and the best. A little boy so round and full of hunger in his soul, making every broken heart feel beautiful and whole. But when the milk was hidden and the hunger started deep, he'd let out such a thunder that the very trees would weep. A loud and lonely crying that echoed through the leaves, the sound of every spirit that sits alone and grieves.
Cry loud, powerful and desperate.
Oh, why did you remove him? Why did you take him away? Why'd you steal the light from our ancient stone gray day? Sweet pea, we are calling, sweet pea, where'd you go? Into a world of silence that we're not allowed to know. It's a heartbreak in the jungle, a romantic, tragic tear. Ankotham is empty now because he isn't here. Scream. Where did you release him? Why remove sweet pea away? The year was 2020 when the shadows came to call, and they took our little fat boy from the safety of the wall. They carried him to places that are hidden from our sight, leaving us with nothing but the ghost of the night. Does he have enough to eat? Does he miss the dusty past? When every tourist, every local felt the magic of his face. Now there's just a hollowed out and lonely haunted space. The frequency is muffled, the signal's lost in vine. We're searching for a heartbeat that was yours and it was mine. I'm looking at the rain and all I see is sweet pea and this never-ending pain.
Cry loud, maximum emotion.
Oh, why did you remove him? Why did you take him away? Why'd you steal the light from our ancient stone gray day? Sweet pea, we are calling, sweet pea, where'd you go? Into a world of silence that we're not allowed to know. It's a heartbreak in the jungle, a romantic, tragic tear. Ankotham is empty now because he isn't here. Scream. Where did you release him? Why remove sweet pea away? Why did you take our boy? Intense, sobbing vocals over heavy drums. Popeye's looking for him in the shadows of the gate. We're all standing helpless in the hands of a cruel fate. He was just a baby, he was just a life. Now our memories are cutting like a jagged, rusty knife. Belt it, bring him back to the ruins, bring him home to the stone! Music strips back to a soft, lonely flute and a single piano note. Sweet pea, the forest is so quiet. Sweet pea. Why you remove him away? In the shadows of Carpzilla, where the rain kings are deep, in the shadows of Carpzilla, where the rain kings are deep, there's a mother with a promise she's struggling to keep. Autumn the lovely with the quietest grace, trying to find her own little place. But the throne keeps changing, the boys bring the storm, and the wind is too cold for a heart to stay warm. Lower than the others, with no one to stand to shield her from the heavy and the cruel-hearted hand. Then saw I arrive like a ghost in the night, bringing the trouble and bringing the fight. A snap of the bone, a break in the limb. The world turned to gray and the forest grew dim. Oh, Autumn, we're wishing you a better life, away from the hunger, away from the strife. You hid in the clouds, you lived in the pale moonlight. We're crying for the sister that you lost in the fray. We're praying the shadows will all wash away. Wish you better life, wish you good luck, Autumn. For a month you stayed hidden, for a month you were still, with with a broken hand and a broken will, hardly coming down for a morsel to eat. While the king's of the strong and your spirit was brave, you climbed from the dark of that lonely tree cave. Now the hand is healed and the leg is all new, but the hole in your heart is still looking for you. The new king is kinder, the clouds start to part. Malik and Lendo bring joy to his gold. Oh, autumn, we're wishing you a better life, away from the hunger, away from the strife. You hid in the clouds, you lived in the pale moonlight. We're crying, we're praying, the shadows will all wash away. Good luck forever, the bones will mend, the tears will dry underneath the white Cambodian sky. No more pain, let the sunlight drown out the Autumn, the high trees are safe. Autumn, no longer a waif. Play with Malik, run with Lendo. Let the heavy sadness slowly go. We love you, Autumn.